Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Creativity Broadcast. We're here to do another collective creativity reading. How you know this is for you is if you are a creative person, if you're working on your relationship with your creativity and your creative spirit, or if you have some projects that you're developing and you're interested in getting to know how the energies around us can best support your process and bringing your creative dreams to life. If any of that resonates with you, buckle up. You're in the right spot. My name's Laura. I am your guide. I'm a creativity coach. I don't know why that was so hard to say just now. I've been doing this for a long time. I don't know. Yeah. The theme of today's reading is going to be about transitioning from the year of the snake into the year of the fire horse. Last week's reading was all about really starting to embroider the final lessons of the year of the snake. And I'm also getting very strongly that we are still in transition. So let's go ahead and just take a deep breath. Relax. Just being very clear that we are requesting support. And only the energies of unconditional love, creativity, and imagination are invited here. Thank you. The image that I'm getting for us for this reading is, this is so weird. Do you all know Star Trek? Do you know, is it Geordi, the character that had those, it was almost like sunglasses that just went all the way around, like a vision that, and I can't tell if this is like we are blinded and we're going to be removing it, or if it's like widening our vision. I can't tell. I'm gonna need some clarification. I think we got to go with the cards. All right, this is animal spirit. We're gonna do this. All right. I really never know what to expect with these readings. I never know what they're going to give me. Okay. Hope you all are doing really well. I'm coming at you from the cold, snowy Hudson Valley. We got a whole weekend of more snow. I feel like we've had snow on the ground since Thanksgiving. I don't want to complain because I grew up somewhere where there was like no snow, and so it does feel special. But at the same time, my lower back needs warmth. Okay. All right. What would you like us to know about this message? This vision message. I'm just going to be shuffling and the card is going to jump out when it's ready. I don't know if... Let's see. Deck is a bit resistant. I wonder... Maybe that's part of the message, actually. As I'm doing this, check in with yourself as the viewer of this. Are you finding yourself resistant to seeing something, whether it's like something in the future or something right here, right now in the present? Okay, let's see. Okay, I got something. Octopus. Hilarious. I feel like we just got punked by this deck. All right, let me see. Is there anything else? Yes. Sea serpent. Beautiful. Okay, we've got two sea creatures here. Fascinating. So with octopus is a very interesting energy in the animal spirit deck because, first of all, the octopus is a kind of incredible creature in the animal kingdom. The octopus is a bit alien to human beings. The octopus is extremely intelligent. And when it comes to the language of the octopus in this deck, the octopus is also kind of a busybody, like doing a lot. We also got the sea serpent. So interesting to get both of these connected to each other in this reading, because sea serpent is really about our creative spirit, about like large scale creativity. And the fact that they are both happening in the ocean, that's really something. It's really something. So I think the reason why I was like, we're kind of getting punked a little bit or like winked at a little bit is because a few minutes ago I had mentioned, like, I'm not sure if it's like we're being blinded, like we can't see something, or if it's about bigger vision. And so I think we literally just got confirmation about both of these messages. I'm sorry. I'm like kind of losing it. That's so funny. Okay, let's see what the guidebook has to say. We're going to start with the octopus since that's what came out first. Okay. Okay. Octopus. Reaching, yearning, lacking boundaries and direction. The octopus signifies a wonderfully perceptive mind, paired with a lack of healthy boundaries. Can you relate? Unfortunately, this results in well-intended but messy relationships. The octopus entwines itself into other people's business and shares their own without restraint. They believe that's what it means to be close. If you notice after spending time with someone that you feel drained or uneasy, the essence of octopus is at play. Begin to establish healthy boundaries. Be patient and firm. It may be quite an old habit to change. When in balance, interested, engaged, intelligent. When out of balance, needy, clingy, and this is interesting, lacks courage. To bring into balance, space to oneself, or talk therapy. Talk therapy, yeah. So the other thing I'm getting, particularly from this reading, is healthy boundary. You know, the reading kind of focuses on it being about relationships with people being very messy. But I'm also getting here that it may be about a particular project that you're working on. Maybe it's about your business. If you are a business owner, there's something here, particularly in the energy of the changeover from snake to fire horse, that is asking for very strict boundaries. And this may be something that you're aware of and like unsure what to do about. Some of the indicators for that are if you feel drained, just even thinking about working on the project, there just may be an indicator that a new boundary may need to be set. And sometimes boundaries are not so much to do with other people, so much as they are to do with ourselves and what we allow ourselves to, like the mental hallways that we like allow ourselves to go down or not. It could also be that we are kind of between two ways of being creatively, and the old way of being has fewer boundaries, and the new way of being is asking for a lot of boundaries and a lot of protection. Maybe this is the direction that you're headed, is in more of a embodied, grounded, creative leadership energy that feels in your body very different, like a very different place to come from versus like the busybody octopus. I think one thing to keep in mind here that I'm getting coming through is that octopus is like octopus might not be great at sitting still and like keeping to boundaries. Like, look, she's got 8 tentacles. She likes to be busy. But like it may actually serve you and her and the project or other people if you are more clear. I'm not even getting the word firm, because firm is sort of like, I don't know, we can kind of make up that being firm with your boundaries means being oppositional about them and like shutting things out or shutting people out. And it's a lot more like, it's actually a kindness to be direct with self and other about what's a yes, what's a no, because it trains you and other people or projects, whatever, in how to actually work together in a way that is healthy and sustainable. And if you are not being clear or sending mixed signals, first of all, the new future can't come in because there's no bat signal going out. But secondly, it actually is confusing to people because people other, in this case, maybe it's a project, maybe it's another person, maybe it's just a new part of you. The other in this scenario wants to work with you and play with you and have a great time with you. But if you are sending mixed signals about what healthy, sustainable play looks like, you can't grow a healthy relationship. So this is landing with me, not necessarily as watch out, keep your boundaries, protection. It's a lot more like the new that's asking to come in to be part of your world, to be created, wants to be sustainable and wants to play well with you. And in order for that to happen, we have to be willing to create some better boundaries for ourselves. Pretty cool. Okay, let's talk about Sea Serpent, which is from the Spirit suit in the Animal Spirit deck. Okay, here we go. Sea Serpent, healing emotional wounds, expressing desires. The sea serpent represents the energy of expression. Whether it's emotions, creativity, sensuality, or desire, the sea serpent helps us move and direct our energy into a healthy current. Okay, so this is where we're first seeing the connection is like the directing of our energy into a healthy current is about boundaries. It's almost like if you think about a river or like think about a lazy river that you might float down in a water park or something. Those have sides so that the current has a place to flow. You know, if it's unbounded, that's not a river. That's just a lake, you guys. Okay. When the essence of this card is in balance, we express ourselves creatively and sexually without fear or shame. We know what we desire most. We know what we desire most. We know what we desire most. Okay. Our hearts are at ease, and our relationships are meaningful and enduring. We loosen the grip of self-judgment, and we let the cool waters of forgiveness in to heal our wounds. When the energy of the sea serpent is not yet activated, our emotions and creativity are left in the muddy waters. The current of expression stagnates in some areas of our lives, and in other places it floods. It's important to remember, no matter what the waters of our emotional lives look like, the sea serpent loves us just the same. Like a mother, she wraps herself around us in a gesture of protection. She supports us as we learn to express our true natures. The subtle energy of the sea serpent occupies the area of the Svadhisthana chakra. I think I said that wrong. Located deep within the pelvic bowl, the chakra is known as our center of creativity and desire and is associated with the water element. This translates as in her own abode, indicating this chakra is the home of the Divine Mother or Kundalini herself. Yeah, the second chakra, that orange chakra, the energy center that's about creativity and expression, flow. It's also the place where our inner child gets expressed and held. And it's the seat of all creativity, hence the sea serpent. Yeah, okay, so there's so much to say here, but what I'm really getting here, and I can't believe I didn't say this before, but how nice that we have like one more message about the year of the snake coming through very specifically with sea serpent as we're kind of like digesting the year and setting ourselves up for the energy of the next year. Begins quite soon actually. So I'm just marveling at this. So I think this is like, yeah, the message that I'm getting about this specifically for our collective of creative people here is that this is a time to not try to do a million things. This is a time to connect with what is it that we truly desire and to actually be willing to go slower, be willing to firm up our boundaries with ourselves, be more interested in being on a lazy river that flows in the direction of our true desire, our true nature, more so than what might be more comfortable, which is like maybe getting really busy or being in the drama of other people. So that's that's pretty powerful. That is hilarious. That's hilarious. So I want to take a moment and come back to this vision thing, because what I'm seeing here is, so like I said, I think his name is Jordy. I'm going to kick myself if I like record this and I'm totally wrong. But he's got, for those of you who don't know the character that I'm talking about, first of all, you could Google him. You could find him really quickly. But he's got what almost looks like a visor all the way around. It's sort of got all these little panels. And instead of it just being like glasses like this, it's like it goes all the way around. Looks like sunglass material. And so what I'm getting here about it now in this context is that we're actually being supported to look all the way around, to look more as much as we can with support at like a bit of a 360-degree view of where we are now. And we can really only do this if we slow down and give ourselves some room to be together with like our selves, really. And ask in a very like undefended way, you know, what is going to help me build this vision that I have for myself, in which my true nature is free, in which my true desires are expressed and able to lead. And then also being willing to do a little bit of very loving, tender pruning of some of the places where our energy might still be going that's not aligned with that, or where our energy might be, or our attention might be going to kind of keep us in that older thing where we are like not thinking about our true nature and not thinking about our true desires. And we might be feeling the desire to like, I don't know, rush ahead or whatever. I'm also getting very clearly that this is also a place where getting support from other people, like being able to see yourself through someone else's eyes, whether it is like a trusted friend or a colleague, or maybe you have a therapist or a coach or like any kind of spiritual advisor. This is a time to be in more close connection in the places where you feel like you can be the most vulnerable, not because you need them to scrape you off the floor, but because there's something valuable for you in getting to see your strengths through other people's vantage points. That's very important right now, is being able to get this picture of you filled out for the future, where your true nature is more in charge than potentially the ego that's been in the way. I'm really curious, if you're listening to this and this is resonating, how you see this connecting to your creativity. Because first of all, so much of this is about this second chakra. And that's where so much of our creativity occurs. Not only in terms of creative projects, but also just being able to live very creatively and flow and feel very free and connected in that part of us. So I'm definitely curious what that's like for you all. For me, I definitely have like, I can feel, just even as I'm like transmitting this to all of you, a really wonderful flow, particularly around this new way of holding my music and how I participate with music in my band and in my community. And it's something that like this energy wears me out really fast with it. This one, it just flows and feels like a very normal part of my life. But I will say that in that second chakra, my inner child sometimes needs to freak out in a positive way. And I feel like that is one of the boundaries that's like starting to get established for me in this kind of in this beginning period. So yeah. All right. I think to ground this in, we're going to do Sacred Rebels Oracle. One of my faves of all time, my very first Oracle deck. Alana Fairchild's work really speaks to me. Wow, she's such an inspiration to me. Okay, so what do we need to know? What will help us ground this in? And this is also a request for support with action steps or bottom lining. Oh, it jumped out. Let's see. Okay. 11, diving for light. Wow. I didn't see this coming, but it feels right. Oh gosh. And again, how cool that we have this underwater theme today. That's beautiful. 11, diving for light. How brave you are. You are diving for light. It can be so much simpler to seek light in the heavenly and that which is blissful, sweet, loving, and kind. To look for the light in that which is dark is an advanced task that only a rebellious and brave heart will attempt. You may not feel that you have taken such a journey by choice. Yet, you have taken this wise challenge on from deep within your soul. Your innermost being has evoked this situation in your life with the intention that you grow in power, wisdom, and creative juice. It also wants you to experience a bold and fearless trust in life and become further empowered to live it with zest and courage. Okay, so we're getting a lot of the same themes here. It feels important to share the rest of this message here. The Oracle of Diving for Light speaks of a time when you were called into darkness through life circumstances, situations, relationship challenges, or inner struggles that defy clear understanding. That darkness might be a creative block, a sense of being in a void, or feelings of depression, rage, sadness, fear, or anxiety. There may or may not be an obvious cause. The darkness might be generally accepted and socially acknowledged because there is a socially acceptable or obvious reason. However, there may be no obvious justification for your experience of darkness. You may not need a reason to be able to accept it. Likewise, you may struggle to find an unconditional acceptance of your experience. Just know that you are actually on track and right where you need to be. Our creative process and our spiritual path go through a similar turning of the wheel. There's a spring and summer in the seasons of our soul as well as in the earthly ones. Yeah. Okay. When diving for light, one must be willing to bear the darkness and understand it has a purpose, much like winter does upon the earth. So this is about resting. This is about trusting the process. This is about remembering that not every part of our development and the process is going to be like a rip-roaring good time, But I think that some of what we're being asked to review in the depths is what keeps us busy and focused and stuck in that old energy. And if we're actually willing to spend the time kind of lurking in the darks with the octopus and being really curious with it and about it, it will actually give us access in the right time to this brand new creative power. And it does take courage to be in the darkness. It takes courage to sit in the places that are uncomfortable. It's one of the things about the, cyclical nature of being a person or working on a creative project is that in order for us to experience the summer of our projects or the summers of our souls, we also have to experience the winter and kind of being in the void or being with the discomfort of feelings that we would like to avoid. So this is a very clear message that you are where you're supposed to be. Don't rush through this part. In fact, if you're feeling like you can't move forward right now, maybe you're just supposed to chill and supposed to rest. And there's going to be some light that we find while we're there resting in ways that might be out of our comfort zone or uncomfortable. Yeah. Cool. Well, I hope that this was helpful for you. As always, please comment below and let me know what you took from this. If there's anything in particular that resonated with you. I've got a ton of freebies below. If you would like to get on my mailing list, it's easy to do. And you can also get my free guide, Uncover Your Creative Magic. The link is below. As always, if you are interested to just hear more content from me, you can find me on West of Wonderland podcast, anywhere that you like to listen to podcasts. Our episodes come out every Wednesday. And if you found this to be really useful, please go ahead and give a like. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. You'll get a little notification every time that I post a new video, which is every week, sometimes more. And thank you so much for spending time with me. Thank you also for just being willing and interested to sit in spaces that are uncomfortable in pursuit of growth. Thanks. All right. See ya.